Angel Reese made one of the boldest statements in WNBA history, demanding higher pay or threatening to boycott the league. However, just days later, her performance told a different story, a masterclass in missed shots. On her podcast, Angel Reese made it clear she wants superstar money, but in her next game, she delivered anything but a superstar performance, shooting just 5 for 13, with one attempt clanking off the bottom of the backboard. The timing?
Like a greatest hits collection of missed layups. I can't even believe this is real. I just stumbled across of it. There's 2 different videos now floating around out there, and it's unbelievable.
Either unfortunate or hilarious, depending on which side of the spectacle you're watching from. Let's break it down. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a WNBA player threatened to shut down an entire league? Well, Angel Reese just did exactly that.
I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out. That's a possibility.
I guarantee you, the intelligent folks, and there are plenty in the WNBA, are saying, well, you two, it's just shut up. Sit out.
Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL. What does that mean?
In a recent episode of her podcast, Unapologetically, Reese sat down with fellow player D. Carrington and delivered what might be the boldest ultimatum in WNBA history. She didn't just call for changes to the league's pay structure. She made it clear that if her demands weren't met, she was ready to take her ball and go home. Let's talk numbers for a second. Angel Reese's rookie contract pays her around $73,000 in her first.
I love how y'all have selective hearing. I said I'm hearing if they don't give us what we want, we sitting out. And that's the truth. Good.
This is the same person that literally said she didn't know what her WNBA salary was and that it didn't even cover her rent.
Year, part of a 4-year deal totaling approximately $325,000. That's the standard rookie scale in the WNBA. But according to Reese herself, that salary isn't enough to cover even her basic expenses. In a candid TikTok rant, she didn't hold back. The WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think it covers one of them. Literally.
I just hope y'all know, the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Let me do the math real quick.
Might cover that. Yeah, it definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary.
The financial disconnect becomes even more glaring when you consider Reese's revelation about her $8,000 monthly rent. That's $96,000 per year on housing alone. In other words, her entire WNBA salary wouldn't even cover her apartment for a full year. While she likely earns significantly more from endorsement deals to sustain her lifestyle, this kind of tone-deaf attitude isn't exactly winning over fans.
No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
She just threatened the lockout. If y'all don't give us what we want, we sitting out. This is why sometimes you probably should have somebody look over a podcast. She's threatening to go on strike. I actually understand the way negotiations work in the CBA, not on a podcast.
What makes the situation even more fascinating is that instead of backpedaling after her podcast comments gained traction, Reese doubled down. She took to social media to reinforce her boycott threat, making it crystal clear this wasn't just podcast banter. She's genuinely prepared to sit out if her financial demands aren't met. Here's where Reese's argument starts to fall apart. She voiced
The women coming in, not this year, but next year.
Yeah.
The ones coming in this year will still be on the rookie contract again. The ones that the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us. They are. They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
frustration over the possibility of future rookies, like Juju Watkins, who is set to enter the league in 2026 or 2027, earning more than her. The ones coming in this year will still be on the rookie contract, but the ones after that, they're probably going to be making more than us, she lamented. However, This complaint highlights a fundamental misunderstanding of how WNBA contracts and salary structure.
Like if I'm an NBA owner, I didn't get rich by wasting a couple million on something that has no chance of making money. These two, sit out. See what happens. Now, I would miss watching the Fever. I would miss watching Caitlin Clark, but I wouldn't miss anything.
The reality is simple, but seemingly lost on Reese. She signed a standard rookie-scale contract that locks her in for 4 years, until 2027. That's how collective bargaining agreements work in professional sports. Even if the WNBA negotiates a new CBA that increases rookie salaries, Reese would still be bound by the terms of her existing contract. Her boycott threat essentially demands that the league tear up a legally binding agreement simply because she's unhappy with it now, and fears future rookies might earn more under a new deal.
You lost 40, 50 million. You know who would clap for you all sitting out? The NBA. So they don't have to subsidize your dumbasses to the tune of 40 to 50 million a year.
This disconnect becomes even more problematic when you consider the WNBA's financial reality. Despite record viewership and attendance last season, the league still reportedly lost around $40 million. The economic foundation simply isn't there to support the kind of mid-contract renegotiation Reese seems to be demanding.
Final as a club has not made a three-pointer. Grace turnaround, no good. Final third in the league in two-point field goals. Reese looked to stick with it. Injuries, no.
When you make demands as bold, you'd better have performance to back them up. That raises an important question. Does Angel Reese's on-court production justify special treatment that no other player in the league receives? Should someone shooting just 39% from the field, along with the worst shooting percentage within 5 feet of the basket, be the exception to contractual rules that apply to everyone else?
Angel Reese last night, once again, had one of the worst shooting games in the history of planet Earth. For what's supposed to be a big? I mean, what in the hell is going on here? I understand her team won. I get it. 5 of 13 from the field. 13 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, only 10 points. This is the same player that just came out and said, if they don't pay them the bag in the WNBA, we sitting out. Quote, we sitting out. What? I mean, after seeing her miss routine layups over and over and over again, I'm like, how the hell can this person possibly be demanding more money from anyone?